Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the people's champion. Your host, of course, welcome back to the Baseball Hut. Been awfully quiet here trying to get this other channel monetized completely, and it's called the Baseball Hut too. We talk about all kinds of different things. Whatever I feel, whatever tickles my fancy, and I think something you might find funny, I'll do it on there and just give you some news and some information. But here I'm going to give you a little information today on this video, and that is about what the Mets are planning on doing this offseason and in the future. As you know, the Mets have had just a disastrous year. As bad as a year and disappointment as we've had in a long time around here. But you always look to the future, you always look ahead. Never look back. Someone once said, don't look back, there might be someone gaining on you. And ain't that the truth? We read you from Metsmerized Online. Kodai Senga would help recruit Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Oh boy, better hear this name pronounced right. Mets ace Kodai Senga would help the team recruit right-hander Yamamoto when the Japanese star pitcher is posted this offseason. From Mike Poon of the New York Post. Senga has played with Yamamoto multiple times, including Team Japan and All-Star teams, and is known for 4 years. He still has the rest of the season to get through. Healthy, hopefully, and the posting system, Senga said. I think once that goes through, the team might ask me, and Yamamoto might ask me as well, and I would like to speak to both of them. The Mets are one of the teams that have been thoroughly scouting Yamamoto in hopes of landing a star pitcher when the Ori Buffaloes post him this offseason. Mets GM Billy Epler has seen Yamamoto play in person. Mets made a big splash last offseason when they signed Senga to a 5-year deal, and Epler was the GM for the Angels when they signed Shohei Ohtani. Of course, Ohtani will also be a free agent this offseason. It's very apparent that Billy, quote, it's very apparent that Billy pays attention to the culture of Japan and knows how to interact with Japanese people well, Senga said. I felt that first-handedly, and his presentation skills are amazing, so I think that could work in the Mets' favor. Yamamoto's 25 on Thursday is well on his way to winning a third straight LEG Sawamura Cy Young equivalent with a Nippon Professional Baseball leading 1.50 ERA and a second with 123 strikeouts. Everybody on the team is such a great teammate, Senga said. Sources say the Mets are also one of the teams scouting left-handed pitcher Shota Imanaga. The 29-year-old has a 2.61 ERA and his 10.5 Ks per 9 innings, is second among all starting pitchers. Sources told Metsmerized recently that the New York Mets have been one of at least 8 teams heavily scouting Japanese ace Yamamoto. 2 other teams scouting him are the Red Sox and the Phillies. Andy Martino of SNY notes that Mets GM Billy Epler has traveled to Japan this year to watch him. Yamamoto is 24, is eligible to be posted by the Ori Buffaloes. This is from July 17th, the Pacific League in Japan. Now, the one thing, here's a little scout report. Scouts describe Yamamoto's potential as a notch above Mets rookie pitcher Kodai Senga, given his elite control. Senga was chosen as an all-star and has a 3.20 ERA in his first 17 starts in the big leagues. So that, this gives you a pretty good idea. The Japanese ace features a mid to upper 90s fastball, plus splitter. They all throw splitters, all because of Nomo. And an elite curveball. Of course, if Yamamoto is posted, he would join fellow Japanese star Shohei Ohtani as 2 of the best players available. The Mets would seemingly be involved in the bidding for both. Epler played a key role in Ohtani signing with the Angels and Senga with the Mets, which might give the team from Flushing a leg up on getting Yamamoto to join Senga in the rotation. If he's indeed posted from major league teams this offseason, he'll be subject to the MLB posting system. That system grants all 30 teams equal rights to negotiate with the player, but subjects the signing team to what? The MLB club that eventually signs him would need to pay the Buffaloes a fee that is equal to 20% of the contract's first $25 million, plus 17.5% of the next $25 million, and 15% of any dollars committed thereafter. Keith Law noted last year that Yamamoto could get close to 6 years, $180 million. At his age, he's probably going to get that. He might get a little less because he hasn't pitched in the majors. So he might get a little bit less, but he's going to, I mean, if Senga got 5 years and he's older, he's 30, 31, Yamamoto's going to get a 6-year deal, I would think. The money, you can sort of quibble on the money. And here's the thing. There's a good possibility that I can see Steve Cohen just giving the Buffaloes $50 million just because you need to give them a certain amount of money. If the bid is the highest bid, and plus the team wants to do a deal with the team that wants to sign him that has the highest bid, they can do it. They can always pull him out of the post. They can always say, we want to keep him for another year. They can do that. I don't know all the ins and outs of these Japanese postings. Hopefully I can learn a little bit about it as we get closer to him being posted. He will be posted. So all these teams will have a chance to give the Buffalo money so they can just negotiate some kind of contract. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a very fun offseason for the Mets. I don't look at it as a negative. I look at it as a positive. You know, you have to move forward. You can't look back, like I said. And signing Yamamoto is a progressive thing to do. You know, and plus you are able to spend less money for a player that is a good player. I mean, if you think about it, Senga is getting $15 million a year. And he's pitched like an ace pitcher. He's going to get a lot of votes for Rookie of the Year. So that is, and he's 30 years old. That's pretty good money. That's pretty fair money for him and for the Mets and that kind of deal. And that's kind of what you would be. And with Yamamoto, like I said, he's 25 years old. He's much younger. And which a lot more innings, to come for him, and a lot more quality work for him in the future, in the near future. But this is very exciting, and hopefully, the Mets will talk to Ohtani. I know they'll talk to him. Whether he wants to come to New York and the East Coast, we'll find out. But nothing is off the table when it comes to the New York Mets. The New York Mets, every player, the Mets can get them now. It's not like the days of the Wilpons. So that is the one positive. One positive that we have here as New York Mets fans going forward. We got a great owner. And if you have somebody that's great running a business, you're in good shape. So let me know what you think about this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Thank you, and I'll see you later.